Hi class, I wanted to give you some video feedback. I'm going to go through these as a first-time site visitor. Even though I may have seen these already, I want to look at them for usability, layout, functionality, and content, of course, if you have everything. So let's just jump right in. Douglas, this is looking really great. Your logo is super easy to read. Your navigation is clear and in the right order. Let's see, this should go to your contact page. You might want to get into this content a little quicker. Let's see. Very good, great. Okay. All right. Nice, easy to read. Now on your subscription, you know, it will collect all of those emails that people give you when they subscribe. And then Wix has an email marketing that you can select in your dashboard, and you can send reminders out or, you know, updates on what you're doing. Okay. Okay. Fascinating. I really want to watch this. Perfect. Yeah. Well, let's check out the mobile. Okay. Nice. Okay, you might want to make a background for this solid black so that there's no overlapping, right? Like this, it just always shows your logo. Okay, that's kind of a cool effect, but that's not really what you want. Close that up just a little. Maybe you want to center these or push them over to the left. Looking great. Okay. This makes me want to push this red button, but I also really want them to, you know, look at your work more than anything. Close that space up. If something is there and it's not loading, it means it's probably too large a file. So you want to take a look at that. Okay. All right. Great job. Very little to do now, right? You're so close. Well done. Okay, David, let's be careful about putting videos over background images. They really get lost. The eye doesn't know where to look exactly when they first land, and so we try and sort things out a little bit. This would have to drop back quite a lot. You can see here it's almost white. Right here it gets dark, so it would really have to drop back. But we've got your work over to the side. Better to have one work here on your homepage if that's what you want to do, and have these on your works page, because let's see, yeah, in that background, you know, this is a great shot here, but the background, got to be careful with the content policy here. Your background, let me check these. You want to link up to at least a LinkedIn. You want to go into your Wix editor, and over on the left, you have the letter A and a color drop. That's your site design, and you can select that, and then you can check the background, change the background. And if you select a solid color like white, for example, you might choose black, but that image back here that's in the template will disappear, and that's what you want. Yeah, it's showing up behind there. Let's just organize and simplify that a little bit, these works. I want to see those. Um, they're kind of separated a lot. Okay. And when you remove that background, you can remove it from everything. Okay. Okay. Be sure you add a couple more to that for your blog posts. And make sure that that is a Google Voice, free Google Voice. All right. Okay. I think this is going to look more professional if you use this style font. Okay. Avener. You might want to go a little bit bigger to 16, certainly up here, maybe 18 up here, but I think it's going to tie in better for you. You want to limit those fonts. Okay, let's take a look at the navigation for your mobile. This is getting lost a little bit, and you'll want to check that, right? The reflow on that's breaking up, the line break. You know, I mean, this is really good. This image is good, but you got to work with these contrasts and breaking up of, you know, lines. So that will probably get smaller. Okay. So what is better about this is I can easily make my way down through your work. Contrast needs to be here though. And this is a different font than this. So you want to stick with two fonts, one for headings and one for body copy. Probably can cut a paragraph out of this to reduce scrolling. It happens usually when we get to our mobile. Okay. Hard to read. You want to work on that with your mobile, probably remove some of it. Just working with a smaller space. That looks like AI. So double check. Maybe it isn't, it's just what we used to call Greek. Looks like it might be, or maybe you took the photo. I hope it's a photo you took. That would be best. Okay. All right. Terrific start. Love that little flash of electricity. That's perfect for you. Well, maybe it wasn't a flash of electricity. It's okay. I see it's popping up. All right. Good job. Let's look at the next one. Okay. Linked up, blog. Okay. You want to see how those line up when we get to your mobile. Good job here. Nice and clean. Okay, so this is a blog. So you're going to call that a blog. And make sure that all of your images that you have here for your covers are not cropped. All right, so that means usually creating another image, but that's going to be important. That's part of your job there. Move contact to the end. We don't need socials. You've got a number of places where you have your icons. This should be last. You can take that out. I'll look at it, but you can take that out. Okay. I believe this is not yours. This is placeholder video. So let's remove that. And then when you are ready, you can add TV or a link, okay? But let's not have placeholder, which I'm pretty sure that came with the template. But you let me know, because I've seen things exactly like that. All right, so let's look at the mobile. A lot of info up here. So if you, in your mobile, if you can break that down a little bit, reduce it a little, or maybe make this not so similar, I would work on the kerning. The lettering across here is spaced a little much. And maybe make that a lighter font. Same style, just a little lighter. So we have some hierarchy. This works okay. It's separated enough, and then you have a bigger heading. This just has a lot of stacking here. I'm not sure that should be there. Okay, so this isn't cropped here. Okay, but do call it blog instead of portfolio. Okay, so the other thing you can do is take this out and call it portfolio. And you happen to have it in a blog setting. Not always the best, especially since you have a pretty distinct genre. Blogs are really good. They're good, you know, if that's all you have, but you might need a portfolio page in addition to that, if you do use a blog. But blogs are good if you're a content creator and you have all sorts of different things you're interested in doing. That has a way of corralling that for you. But here, yours are all, I believe, videos. Well, you have your marketing plan. Okay. But up here, you're saying TV. Okay. Kind of all over the place. That's true. Okay. Content creator, urban music, and journalist. Okay. All right, we're going to stick with the blog. Use blog and maybe say blog with the dash works or something like that, so that we know. Portfolio is kind of wordy. So yeah, because you're going to have to combine that somehow and not with a lot of words. Okay, contact us. All right, close that up. All right, great job. It's looking good. Can't wait to see it next week. Okay, Talia. Okay, I want to check these links. Okay, so check that one or remove it. It's not really, doesn't appear to be working, or that page has heavy data on it and it's not loading quickly. Okay, nice, nice. Great job. Have just what you do. Remove this as a, template background image. It's stock and people have seen it a lot. Close this up. You don't need to have this. You can go straight into your work here. When we select this, you can go into your work, land on this page. Why are we saying back to portfolio? Okay. What I would do, okay. remove this page. Only have this page. Remove that button. And
all right, we just finished our shoot day with Morgan. And
remember, you're going to want to make sure that the user has the opportunity to play this, but it starts out silent, so it doesn't automatically play. Okay. Make sure this is not your address and that you're using a Google Voice free number. Okay. That has me concerned. Unless that is your place of business, I want to be really careful about that. All right, so let's check the mobile. You have everything here you need. I'm going to check back and make sure you have the descriptions here. I wouldn't put so much, make that smaller. It's taking up a lot, and I wouldn't underline it. Even if it's a link, I wouldn't underline that. It's drawing a lot of attention to itself here. Okay. I still think I would left align this. It's just easier for the eye to return to the same place. That's what they have discovered. And yeah, this is an additional click that isn't necessary. We want to go straight to that page. And here, we want to, okay. Let's make sure we have the same kind of descriptions throughout everything. All right. Okay, so usually if I click on something like that, it's going to give me some information. So, you know, that's what you want to do. Seems to me you had that once before, but definitely make sure you've got this on every example. All right. And one of your social media here, probably LinkedIn or Instagram, but a LinkedIn would be good for you. I would raise the contact, and I would make this a little smaller here, this font and this, and maybe put this closer to the bottom and have your form higher up. Okay, and LinkedIn and or Instagram, I think. But generally, it's all working well. You've got this up here, what you do, and it's all working. Just basically want to make sure we have this linking directly to your portfolio page with that, and that you have descriptions for everything. Okay. All right. Great job. Great job, everybody. One more. I want to take one more. Okay. Good. Good. And I know that's your original work. Good. Okay, we got to get rid of that. So remove this button. And I'm wondering. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure you need this here. It's cutting that off. Good job linking up. You will be able to fill in your accessibility statement in week 4. Make sure it's not just the template. Okay, it's not linking to your accessibility statement, so you want to take that out, that link at the bottom. Make sure that is centered. It may be, it could be my window. But make sure this is centered. Bring this up just a little. Bring that up and reduce the depth of this a little bit of your footer. Good photo. Make sure a little space there. Make sure you're using the same font and size. I would use this size, which is 20 for your portfolio. Okay, this isn't so much descriptions, but paragraph, but it feels like a jump because it's right after something that is doing that. So I think 25 is a lot, only because of where we're coming from. That's really the only thing. You could make this a little wider, and maybe it won't feel as much like a paragraph as it will be, you know, a blurb of some type. Be mindful of how many fonts you're using. Okay. How many font styles? Okay. Great job, though. I love looking at your work. Be careful of using name brands. Even if you know, take the photo or anything else, you got to be careful of that. Okay, this you're going to get rid of because it's not working, as we said. All right, I do think this is probably centered, which means this needs to come over to be centered. It may be centered here, but it's not centered with the page. Okay, all right, let's check out the mobile. Let's try not to have one word on a line. So I think if you make this a little bit wider, the text box, maybe you can bring some of those up. I'm going to remove that. Okay. Careful with logos. I feel like this needs to be centered. You've got this right next to it. Contact us and contact us. You probably can take this out and bring this up. You already have to, you have that header already. Be careful about addresses and phone numbers. Make sure that that's not your home. I'm sure it's a 100. It probably isn't, but just be sure that we're not putting those things out. And you're going to take that out and that out. Okay. You might go a little bigger on this. Bring that up just a little. And this could probably not be quite so deep, so that we're more like that. And then you'll want to probably make the background white. Bring that up a little bit. Make that to about here. Make the background solid white so that when we do this, it doesn't do this overlapping that we have. All right. And yeah, you're going to want to do some work with the layout here. Okay. Hard to read when it's over an image like that. Okay. I wouldn't say work by, not here. It didn't seem to stand out to me on the desktop, but here it doesn't seem to be needed. Whatever font that is, hopefully it's this. Okay. So when I land on this, I should get a little bit about it. Well done. So yeah, just check out your layout there, where things are landing. Okay, let's get into your contact a little sooner. So you won't necessarily need this on your contact page. You already have it. It should be on your portfolio page. All right, check that out. All right, great job, everybody. Super excited with what you've accomplished this month in just a couple of weeks. So well done. Some of you I am real sure I have seen before, which means some of you have taken editing for the web with me, but otherwise I'm really happy to see the work that you have been doing over the past year either way. So keep it up and reach out if you have any questions whatsoever, and I will be seeing you online throughout the rest of the week. Good luck, everybody. Great job.